Up next, we got our good friend Infinite Mystery, who's going to be doing some slick, quick ninja action with Ninja Gaiden. So, no, I'll leave it to him. Take it away.
Hello. Hopefully everyone's having a nice evening so far. I'm pretty much ready. I can just give me a countdown from like 3 to go.
Okay, well, I'll count you down. Sure.
Alright.
3, 2, are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, get.
Alright. This is Ninja Gaiden for the Game Gear. In this particular game, the dragon sword has been stolen by someone, and it's up to Ryu to find it before a huge war starts. And as you'll see, Ryu's jumps are very floaty. I have access to the vitality. The force enables me to use various items, some which I will need against some of the bosses. Probably the single absolute worst thing about this game is the lack of iframes that your character has. If you get hit by anything, object or enemy, your sprite can continuously be juggled until death. Some of the various items that use up force energy, depending on the item, makes usage of. I'll explain as I go through. See, that's an example of the iframes that you don't, which is why you don't want to be hit by anything when possible. So the first boss is only vulnerable when he strikes the club at you with your back turned. I have not been able to find a weapon that utilizes being able to hit him from afar, so it's just best bet to use your sword. The shuriken in this game is quite useless for the most part. There's nothing too tough about the first 2 or 3 stages. Just make your way to the right, jumping over any hazards. You will take damage here and there from enemies, but there's also a few healing items and maybe even an extra life along the way. And the most I hope for is to have enough force energy for the last boss. Because as I use any of the weapons for all of the bosses, they will, depending on which weapon I use, can consume quite a bit of energy. Now this particular weapon that I'm using is a heat-seeking ring. So all I have to do is avoid any grenades and anything. All I have to do is just avoid the boss grenades and anything coming out of the smokestack while Unfortunately, I ended up allowing the boss to hit me at first while I was explaining what that was. Fortunately, it's a short stage, so there's no worries. And I'm scared about the 4th boss, and I'm dying on probably the easiest boss in the game. So at least you got a chance to see what exactly can happen once anything, item or either any item in the game or an actual enemy hits you. You see just how bad the iframes are. So now we'll avoid everything that needs to be done this time, because we don't want to be juggled for damage because of two or three grenades again. So as long as you use the heat-seeking ring, as soon as the boss appears, he'll only have a chance to throw one grenade. You don't want what happened what unfortunately happened to me last time. Me being stuck in a corner and he gets to throw three grenades for more than about three-fourths of my health. Stage 3 has you climbing up a skyscraper to see the next boss about the whereabouts of your dragon sword. Of course, for some reason, someone doesn't want you to reach him. Usually birds in Ninja Gaiden games are very annoying to deal with. Not so in this game. Your bigger worry is the only thing that can kill you in this game, in this particular stage is just either taking too much damage or falling down to the point where you can't climb back up before the screen scrolls too far up. This is a two-part boss. The old strat for the boss was just to let the boss attack you after you hit him while having to avoid those bullets. But you can just spam your sword. You can just spam your sword on the first portion of the boss, and then when he changes into that second phase, I use this particular three-way shot bomb. I definitely want to increase the amount of scrolls I have. Force ammo for the next stage. This is also a two-part boss. For some reason, this monk flying on a carpet is attacking me. Now I could choose to get rid of him faster with a three-way shot, but I'll actually want that for the next phase. It fires a three-way fireball at you in one direction. You'll have to jump 2 versions of it, which I'm doing wrong. But as long as you have a decent weapon against the statues, you don't have to go up close to attack it, which is very fortunate. And now for easily the worst stage in the game. This area really tests your, I would like to say it tests your ability to make various jumps, but you really want to be more worried about your iframes. Those spike looking things, You get juggled on one of those, that's pretty much a life loss because you won't be able to maneuver out of it. You won't be able to maneuver out of it in time before all your life is lost. And whatever those slime jellos are supposed to be, their only purpose is to cling to the ceiling and fall once you're near. The heads that are along the walls that you're climbing are not really that much of a threat unless if the fireball hits you directly. I don't have as much force ammo as I would like, so I'm probably going to have to be a bit more cautious against the boss. For some reason, those enemies are very brave. They're willing to risk their life just to stop you. This art of the fire wheel is probably the only known, outside of the shuriken, the only well-known art, which you might have seen in other games. Oops. That jump is a bit dangerous. What was supposed to happen, I was supposed to actually hold right to immediately cling to the wall, but for some reason I missed the right input entirely. Normally I wouldn't mind the death a bit more than this, but since I got a chance to, since unfortunately I took the death, it doesn't cost me anything for the force. For the force lives, for the force, I have amount of force for the Nimpo, so I'll be able to fill up to 99 for the final boss, which will help in spades. This way, I don't have, if I don't want to, I don't have to worry about attacking with just a sword, and you'll see why. Now this is the one weapon that I didn't use for the rest of the game until now. This wave weapon is definitely going to be useful, especially since I have full force ammo. Fortunately, these spike platforms aren't in too bad of a place. Now for the very end, you want to climb as high as possible to make that jump. This is a 3-part boss. Very easy to dodge this first form. You have plenty of space to move, but every time you hit him, no matter with your sword or an item, there are iframes. It takes about 30, you probably need about 25 to 30 force ammo for this weapon per section. So for the second phase, there's a few more fireballs coming at you along with the lasers. As Batman, as I would like to call him. Still a very easy boss to dodge, because you don't have to worry about the lasers at all, and you won't be standing in the path of the fireballs. Now, this last phase is definitely a problem. Definitely a lot more space that it takes up, and you have very little space to maneuver. And for any reason, a mistimed jump, you can actually hit the, if you get hit by the fireball or if you accidentally hit the head, then that will probably take all your life. And time is coming up about now, as soon as the screen fades to black. Terrible run though. And that's Ninja Gaiden for the Game Gear.
GGIM. It was an awesome run. The game looks pretty cute. Like some of the animations, they were really unique.
Yeah. Terrible run. I'm almost afraid to ask what was my time.
It was 14 some change.
Scary. That's what I get for
No worries.
That's what I get for trying to commentate.
There we go. It was 1455. So
Yeah,
it was good stuff. I've never seen this version of Ninja Gaiden, but you're going to be coming back at us with some Predator 2, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Excellent. Well, we will just take a quick switch over while we set up for that, and we'll be back.